Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast.
Where David is consistently rude because I was in the middle of a sentence and he just came in here and started the episode.
This is good information. I know you said we weren't going to start it, but start your story over and crack the same Diddy joke.
I'm not doing it. The mood is past.
You get your little glasses and now you acted funny.
Shout out to Ricky Smiley. I am actually wearing his eyewear. Support small black business. And let me know what y'all think about the Ricky Smiley eyewear.
Good. Okay. All right, so what did 50 say?
And I didn't get paid for that.
But you should have.
I should.
All right, so, okay, let's get there. So we went to InvestFest. I think it was a phenomenal event. Friday was Friday. Yo, look, I just want to make sure that, we're on time, so we're preparing and all that kind of stuff. Got a chance to talk to Donni. Donnie's like, yo, you think I got time to get a smoothie? I'm like, no. There's no way you're going to get downstairs and get back up and be on time for the pitch competition. So what happened was, we on our itinerary, it said that our time slot was from 1 to 3, meaning we were going to be judging pitches from 1 to 3.
For sure. 2 hours.
Sure. 2 hours.
2 hours.
We're like, run it.
It's breeze. We love connecting with entrepreneurs.
Love it.
Pitch to us. Run it.
Bring it on. So I didn't have breakfast because I planned on having lunch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 3 o'clock, we'll be done. Cool. Long story short, I guess they had more people than they anticipated. We didn't get done judging pitches. Well, my room got done at 6:30.
My room got done at about 7 o'clock. Close to 7.
About 7 o'clock.
Close to 7.
5.5 hours of pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch after
nearly 6 hours of entrepreneurs who had 1 minute. They had 1 minute to tell us about their business, pitch to us why they needed the money. We had 1 minute to offer feedback. I think we did it a little differently than y'all did it. But literally, so what happened was...
we did. I'm not going to say that, but yeah, we did.
So what happened was when we first had our lineup come into the room, it was only like 40-ish people. So I was in there and I'm coaching. I'm a coach at heart. And I'm telling people like, yo, this is really dope. You should do this, that, and the other. Or, yo, maybe next year you'll be more prepared if you do this, that, and the other. And my partner who was in there, David Regina, was asking questions like, well, what's the purposeful connection, that you have to this brand? And we're saying like, lead with that, because we're running through this 40-ish number of people really quickly. I'm like, there's no way it's going to take us 90 minutes to 2 hours to finish this. And then when we get down to like the last 10 people, they come and tap me on the shoulder and say, there's like another 25 people in the hallway. Do you mind?
All right.
And I said, no, of course. Like, let's do it. And just need a 5-minute bathroom break. Let's do it. Come back from the bathroom. That 25 people turned into at least another 50 people. And then we get down to the end of that crowd.
That door kept on open.
And that door opened again. I said, all right, y'all, we need some food.
You couldn't have gotten done until 7:30.
It was after 7. I know we were there for 6 hours. Yeah, we were there. We were in our room for 6 hours. And I honestly didn't mind, and I'll tell you why. This is where being flexible as an influential entrepreneur meant something.
Yep.
I could have stayed longer if they needed me to, as long as we had food.
Yep.
Give me a little food, I could have stayed longer. And the reason why is because I understand that when people come and they're eager to pitch their business and they've been preparing for this for months, and some of the attendees were people who were so excited to meet their favorite entrepreneurs. I don't have it in me to say cut it off. Like, let's run this, because I remember being that person. Like in our time when we were younger and before we were coming up, it wasn't the entrepreneurs who we were that excited to see, but we've all had somebody in some capacity that we've been really, really excited to see. It's like the Usher concert was coming to Atlanta a few weeks ago. And in no means am I saying we're like Usher, right? But the truth of the matter is many entrepreneurs are treated like celebrities these days. And so Usher was coming to Atlanta a week or two ago, and he'd apparently hurt his neck. He had a neck injury. And the day of the concert, he had to cancel the concert. And his fans were so disappointed, so upset, so disappointed, Reese, so upset, so disappointed that he wasn't there. And I just always think, like, if we're here already and people have already spent their money and they are excited, we owe it to the audience to show up for them. We owe it to the audience to show up for them. We owe it to that audience to show up with a smile on our face. We owe this community the pictures and the ear that they want to tell us all about their business. Why? Because those are the people who are putting the money in our pockets. Those are the people who are buying our products, signing up for our mentorship programs, supporting our services. And I was just happy to do it. Yeah. I was happy to be there.
Absolutely. Just turn it off and turn it back on, Reese. So it was, and I didn't realize how long we had been there, because, we're like in love with entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? Like, hearing these different entrepreneurs and their ideas and, hearing them pitch. The last because I thought we had the instructions because they were trying to get people to the evening joint, and we would let people just pitch their pitch and just go a little bit longer instead of asking questions for another minute.
Yeah.
But I thought it was I was impressed because it wasn't like the team, EYL, the team was just saying, all right, let's just bring some people in. They was like, yo, we understand that your time is valuable. And Ab came through
with a little envelope.
Yeah, man, he came
AB
through with a little
came
envelope.
Through with a little envelope.
Bruh, it's something about showing people that you actually care and you're thinking about them.
Yeah, that was nice. That was really kind, because when we went in, it was supposed to be short. It was supposed to be really quick. We had our little bucket with our water, our Doritos, our Funyuns, little snacks, little granola bars. I said, oh, we've got snacks. I'm not going to need these. I'm going to get lunch. The snack bucket was empty by the time we left our room. And they continued to come and check, but AB, even Troy came, and I call him AB.
Ab.
Why do I call him AB?
Because his name's spelled AB.
But everybody who was with me called him AB. Are you sure it's Ab?
His name is Abdullah.
Yeah, but are people calling him AB, or are they calling him Ab?
Why is this the conversation we're having in the middle of this conversation?
Well, because I want to make sure we're referencing the same person.
Yes.
AB came, and Troy came through with an envelope, and they were so grateful.
Yeah.
They were grateful.
100%.
It wasn't like their intent was to stick us. Like, if we weren't cool with it, they would have figured it out,
100%.
right? But they were so grateful that we stayed. They slid a little envelope.
Came through with the little envelope. Because he came in the room and me and Jazz was like, yo, we want steak and lobster. My boy was like, hey, listen, that envelope is enough to get you steak, lobster, whatever you want.
They definitely said.
And I said, bro, that even just that gesture, it just shows who they are as a company. They're thinking about the people that are actually, involved. Not only just the attendees, but the speakers as well, man. So I thought that was dope. So
and I didn't open my envelope right away.
Me neither.
No, I didn't.
But you could feel it.
It had some girth. The envelope had some girth. And so my judge partner, David, it was so funny because everybody kept walking up saying, hey, Dave and Donni. And I was like, it is Dave. Anyway, he kept dropping his envelope, and he actually left it at the table when we came to get the food. And I had to remind him because I saw him drop the envelope twice. I said, hey, you picked your envelope up, right? And he's like, I literally just ran down there to get it. And it wasn't until much later that night, because I think we went out or something after that, I got home and I just said, let me tear the envelope up so I didn't confuse it with junk mail or something. I said, I was like, okay, it's a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, keep going. I got the 10. I said there's more. Oh, there's more.
Listen, you know, my curiosity, as soon as I couldn't stop thinking about what was in the envelope. And as soon as like everybody wrapped up and my partner Jazz, she had to go like check on her vendor booth, opened up that little envelope. I had to know.
And it made everything better.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible.
That was incredible. That was really nice. So shout out to Rashad, Troy, Ab/AB, all you guys. The hospitality was insane for sure. The access to everything was insane. The entrepreneurs that I got to meet, like it's just always, listen, if y'all have never gone to a conference, whether it's InvestFest, Podcast Summit, whatever it is, if you're an entrepreneur and you've never felt that energy of just being in a crowd of hundreds to thousands and tens of thousands of super ambitious people, you are robbing yourself of such an incredible experience. Like you deserve to experience what it feels like to be in that room filled with that kind of ambition.
100%.
Yeah. It's like you can't help but to be motivated in a way to take immediate action, right? And that's why I'm always talking about building your business from meeting to meeting. It's a concept that I learned in network marketing. You'd have these meetings, like you'd have these quarterly conferences, but in between you got these weekly meetings that take place. And you'd notice that your business would have a splurge of sales, a splurge of revenue, splurge of success immediately after a meeting. Why? It's because of the energy that you absorbed during these meetings that make you say, okay, as soon as I leave here, I'm ready to go do some work. It's like going to church, right? On Saturday, or going to church on Sunday. And it's like you hear the word and you're in there and you're worshiping and you immediately want to go out and be a better person. Mm-hmm. You want to be a better listener. You want to eat a better diet. And Sunday comes and you're on it. Monday comes and you're on it. By Wednesday, Thursday, you might be kind of weaning off a little bit, but that's why you go to your next meeting, AKA church, and you're back in that rotation again. 100%. I love the energy.
Yeah. It felt so good. And somebody was like, yo, the vendor marketplace, the people were like extra aggressive, which was good for me because this is what we teach people. I know I'm coming from the mall. Bro, you can't just be sitting back there waiting for nobody to walk up to your table and give you no money. Mm-mm. You gotta be on it. Yo, there was somebody, hey, come check it out, And I'm talking to somebody like, no, come check it out. And instead of getting offended, I'm like, this is what it takes. This is what it takes. People was prepared and ready. Like we're walking by, and there was some people that, they didn't know me. They was just saying, come check out my stuff.
Yeah.
And there were some people that I saw that were just kind of sitting there and thinking that their product sells itself, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be out there, whatever that investment is, to get your booth and the expense to fly and all that kind of stuff. You got to get that back.
You got to return.
I saw some hungry entrepreneurs in it. So that, on top of the pitch competition, on top of the people who had a product or something, and they just had it in their book bag and they was walking around selling. It was a beautiful, beautiful entrepreneurial experience, man.
Yeah, and let's stay there for a second in terms of the vendors. I walked that vendor hall until my feet couldn't take it anymore. Like, I literally had to take a seat because I thought and my shoes that day were comfortable, but because of all the stuff that we had done the days prior, like my feet were on its last leg. And I literally was so committed that I sat down, took a seat for about 20 minutes, got back up and walked. If you are a vendor and you're going to take advantage of space like that, like there are some rules, right, that you need to abide by to make sure it's a success, because your first goal, like the first thing that you do is set a goal. And obviously the first goal is to cover the expenses. David talked about the vendor booth fee and the flights, but also any team that you have, like the food that you're eating, you need to tally up what those total expenses are and be sure that you are ready, that you are prepared to recoup that investment, get a return on that investment. And then you set the next goal for what you like to see in terms of profit, right? If you are shy, if you are scared, simply setting up a vendor booth is not going to serve you. Sure. You have to come from behind that table. If you are incapable, because some people are just flat out incapable of networking and commingling with other people in that type of environment, it's like a chemical imbalance that they have. You need to bring the most outgoing people or person with you that can bring attention to your booth. I saw so many owners and founders kind of faded into the background, but they had that cheerleader championing for them that said, hey, you know, Donni, come check this out, yada, yada, yada. So hard that I thought it was that person's brand. And I'm like, oh, well, what gave you the idea for this vision? And they're like, oh, it's actually his brand and blah, 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 blah. There was actually one person who I really wanted to buy. This guy had some of the most quality t-shirts. They felt like 1,200 thread count sheets. This was the t-shirt. And the young lady who came and pulled me was so excited about the brand. And I asked her what was the vision behind it. And she pointed to him and he was like, hi, and turned around and got on his phone. That's the only reason I didn't buy anything from him. I was ready to buy, post it, tell you to come by. Wow. But he hit me with a hi and turned around and got on his phone. And that's just not the way you show up for your customers. You want, in an environment like this, especially when people are prepared to come, like I came prepared to take pictures of the cool stuff that I saw. Like on my page, I got pictures posted with some of the cool entrepreneurs that I met. I came prepared, ready to give people exposure, right? The brands that I liked, I honestly told them to, here's the other thing. I told these brands to DM me so I could support their business because I couldn't carry a whole lot of stuff. I couldn't carry a lot of stuff. I'm working that day. I told these brands to email or to DM me and I'll really buy it. And not one did.
Wow.
Not one did.
Speaking of which, it was a company. So I think like Donni said, you have to go in with some intention. And I kind of like stumbled on a booth. Like my man Alex, shouts out my man Alex. He was supposed to partner with somebody on the booth. And then Wednesday morning, I'm out of town. I'm in DC Wednesday morning. And I'm not supposed to come back until like Thursday night or something like that. And he hit me like, yo, I got an opportunity, I got a booth, and I don't want to take a complete loss. Do you have any ideas? I'm like, bro, I can set up some t-shirts and books and all. He's like, bet, let's just split the bread. I said, no problem, let's do it. So we didn't have a whole lot of time to set up, but shouts out to J Star, Nella, my man Jamel was there, and I went and got Corey and her friends because they just be out there hustling. I pay them $10 an hour, you know what I mean, little slave wages for them to work, but they need these lessons. But anyway, it was a company, and I want to shout them out because I thought it was so good. So I went in with my own intentions. And actually I was telling you, Donni, like, yo, I'm doing a hot seat. I want to go through all of the vendors and I want to put people in the hot seat because I am on brand and I have a mission and an objective and we got some good conversations. So shouts out to the amazingly sensational kids media. So their Instagram is the amazingly sensational kids. This is a long name, y'all.
That's their IG?
Yes, the amazingly sensational kids. Yeah, all right, y'all got to do better, okay? Because it's a long name, but so it's like Task, and they have like these books that are geared towards kids with autism because some autistic kids get ousted and they kind of feel that they're what's it called, outcasted in school. So they created superheroes of kids with autism based on their strengths and abilities. I thought it was really, really dope. So shouts out to them. But I got a chance to get them in the hot seat and, I'm kind of talking through them. And of course, they don't know their numbers, but they're like, yo, we about to get on it right now. And I told them, that's why I actually lied, so I'm sorry. I told them I was going to come back because my wife was bringing cash out the car. I was going to come back, and I said I wasn't going to buy anything unless when I came back, you can tell me how much this book costs, how much you sell it for, profit margins, landed, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going with intention. So I'm saying that to all my content creators. Even if you don't have a vendor booth, if your objective is, and I searched InvestFest reviews or recaps, and I found one, and that was Nikki.
Wow.
I was looking for it. I wanted to hear like everybody's opinion on the event, because I do events and I'm trying to get, the good, bad, ugly, all that kind of stuff, just one person. So a lot of content creators, I believe, dropped the ball because there's tens of thousands of people there, but there's hundreds of thousands of people who wish they could have came or wanted to come or understand the movement, and they want to see what's going on. So nobody gave us that experience. So I say that to say, like, you got to go into these events with intention. There's a lot of things you can do with $500. I mean, you can have a night out with your significant other. You could buy some really expensive shoes. Well, really nice shoes are about double $500. You could buy a course where you can learn something for $500. But I have something better for you to do with the $500. I want to meet with you every single morning for the rest of your life. Well, maybe not the rest of your life, but every morning, Monday through Friday, for the rest of the year. I have information and game that have allowed me to build a successful business, a successful community, and a successful life all the way around. But I want to share that with you. But the only way we can accomplish this is not me selling you a course, not me giving you a one-on-one consultation, because even with that, you'll get the information, but you'll need more. I want to meet with you every single morning. Now, would I meet with someone every morning for $500 for a year? And the answer is yes. Actually, we've been doing this thing since 2017. We have what's called the Morning Meetup. Every single month, we have a theme, whether it's social media, whether it's motivation, whether it's strategy, whatever it is, we have a theme for the month, and every morning in that month, we have a conversation around that topic. And I am giving a wealth of knowledge, not only myself, but a lot of friends, a lot of people that you see on this podcast. They join every single week. So you need a community of people that you can grow with, and you need a coach. I'm your coach. The Morning Meetup is your community. Go to themorningmeetup.com. It's $499, and I will meet you every single morning for an entire year. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Sure.
I also want to shout out a brand that kind of stuck with my heart. Pretty as a Trucker.
Pretty as a Trucker.
Pretty as a Trucker. She's so cute. Her name is Daydrina. She tagged us in a post yesterday. This young lady here.
Yeah, I saw her on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty as a Trucker. So she actually was in my room as well to pitch. And she has a brand that focuses on making women who do hard work feel beautiful. So like she was selling her sweatsuits and her hats and things out of the back of her semi truck.
Yeah. And
the reason that she didn't move forward in the pitch competition is because she was focused on all women. And I gave her the nugget, like, well, with a name like Pretty as a Trucker, and you're really focused on women who do hard labor, like stay in that lane. Focus on your women who are warehouse workers, who are truckers, who are into construction and development and things like that. And if you focus in that lane of women who do basically, I hate this term, but women who do a man's labor kind of job, and you create things for them that make them feel beautiful. They work so hard. Maybe they want to wear heels, don't want to wear heels, whatever it is, but they want to be sexy. Focus on that in that direction, and it's up from there instead of marketing to all women, because women who have like office jobs and things like that, that's not your audience. It's going to be your laborers. But it was her personality. Number one, it was her coming from behind. You know, she pitched to me. After she pitched to me, I saw her, that was on Friday. I saw her Sunday in the vendor hall. And she came up and she was the first person to say, hey, I pitched to you. Can you give me some feedback on my pitch? Like, how can I make this better? What did you think when you saw this brand? I gave her the feedback and she's like, I'm implementing it right away. And she was just so hungry and excited to be there. She came, you know, with her hats and her sweatsuit and all the things ready to market her business. She had her content creator on the phone, and it was so funny because I'm talking to Daydrina and her friend holding the phone like this. I said, girl, it's okay. You can take the video. Come on and get the video. But she thought she had to kind of like sneak the video, but she had it all figured out. I'm going to do my pitch. I'm going to ask for feedback. She wanted to be coached in that moment, and she wanted to capture the content, and she had something to give that made me remember her. And so shout out to you, Daydrina, CEO of Pretty as a Trucker.
Yo, what this did for me, and this was, oh my gosh, y'all got to understand, this is a very rare event that takes place where you not only get to learn from entrepreneurs, but you get to interact with entrepreneurs and be inspired by the entrepreneurs, the vendor marketplace, and the stages. But it took me back to when I was selling T-shirts out the back of my trunk. When I would just walk up I would go to the club with a pocket full of wristbands, and all I wanted to do was give the DJ a wristband. And I don't know what I thought that was going to do. You know what I mean? I don't know what I thought was going to happen if I gave the DJ a wristband, but I was just so excited. Anybody important, I give the bouncer a wristband because I'm like, yo, he controlled the door, the promoter, the bartender. I'm just trying to see these wristbands. And it takes me back to that moment where I was just so hungry, and I'm so blessed to have been an entrepreneur in that era, because now people are afraid to get out, and they think that building a business is making a post saying, click the link in my bio. But we had to go belly to belly. We had to. Do you remember in the network marketing industry where you had to go to Target, look at somebody who looked sharp?
Yes. Oh my God.
If they're interested.
Literally, we used to go into Target, the grocery stores. I would sit in the lobby of hotels and find these business people, and you have to get up and approach them and lead with, hi, do you keep your income options open? Do you know how hard it is to just walk up to a stranger and say, do you keep your income options open? And have a conversation about opportunities with these people. We didn't have click the link in the bio. Yeah. When I had to sell clothes for my boutique, and we're setting up at trade shows and vendors and all these places, when I'm at MegaFest and I'm selling my books and anything where we're setting up, we didn't have the click the link in the bio. You had to, we were that transitional. Yes, it could be your number. It could be your number. Call me to make this sale, right? But when we were that transitional group, I believe, of entrepreneurs that people were really we had to reveal parts of ourselves in order for people to do business with us. Prior to that, nobody cared who you were, what you believed in, and what your relationship status was. We had to start putting ourselves out there and understanding that in order to build this business brand, we were going to have to simultaneously build a personal brand. And we learned the art of belly to belly, ear to ear, mouth to mouth communication and sales. And let me tell y'all, you have to too. Those are instantly warmed up relationships when you are able to come from behind the table, go into these rooms, meet with people. It's so important. I cannot stress it enough.
Bro, I just had the thought to go to my contacts and search something in my contacts. I searched the word MET, M-E-T.
Yes.
Tracy Briggs, met in Kroger parking lot. Chris, met in Walmart. Daryl, met in Sprouts. Drew, Martin, we met at H&M. Takara, met at Cheesecake Factory. Trey, met at Target. Yo, this is so crazy. Greg, met in the mall, wants King's hoodie T2X. Jackson, model, met in Velvet. Remember Velvet Room?
Yes.
No Velvet Room.
Okay, model met in Velvet.
We were looking for models
for the brand. Okay, that's
for sure. But this just takes me back to a time where I was more hungry, man.
Yeah,
it's something about not accomplishing your goal yet. You're going after that. It's an energy that is unexplainable.
I just did the same thing. Greg Billingsley, met through David Shands. Derek Dallas, met at Starbucks on Camp Creek. Has 11-year-old son that is trilingual. Knows Jonathan Green from Legal Shield. Been with company for 7 years. Eileen, met at Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles. Alabama
Gladys
Joe.
Knight's, that's how you know you was out in the streets.
That's how you know. Met at Cracker Barrel and lives in North Carolina now. Jennifer, met on the plane to Malibu. She's an actress looking for additional income opportunities.
Additional income.
Listen, Marissa, met at MegaFest. Carmen, tax strategist, who's also looking for additional income opportunities. Met at the Art of Articulation.
Come on. Whoa.
Met at the Art of Articulation. Eric Nettles, met at Drexina's. I have all of this stuff, and the notes are documented, where I met them, who they are, what we talked about, what they're looking for. Met April 18th at a house party. Like, I have all this information.
Come on, man.
I was documenting people who I believed were pivotal to a need that I had in that moment.
Yo, listen, social media has handicapped y'all, and many people will never get to experience what we experienced, that fire, that passion, where we knew what to do.
Yes.
Like, it wasn't about branding and marketing and make sure our website was good and make sure we had a whole bunch of videos, and it wasn't about content creation. It was about going up to somebody with the passion and the fear, because I was never a natural go up to a person type person. You know what I mean? Every time I went out to prospect people in social and network marketing, I always had to go with groups.
Yeah.
And that was just my crutch. I'm like, yo, let's go together. Because if you talking to somebody, now I have the inspiration and motivation to talk to somebody. But like going through the vendor marketplace, man, it really just arrested me for a minute. And it just took me back to a time where I was willing to go out and physically, manually go after it. And now we're kind of more on a level of where it's a little more strategic. It's,
systems and teams.
Systems, 100%.
Yeah.
But just to see those hungry entrepreneurs, I'm talking about them people that have run up to you, Donni, look, I just got one question. And they're nervous.
They're nervous. Well, and that's why we go so hard. Like, I can say that about you and I for sure. Like, when we were coming up in conferences and personal development, you didn't get there were no real options to meet the speakers on stage. You didn't get to talk to those people. Those people went backstage and they were only accessible to maybe the VIP ticket holders, if that, right? And that was even in groups. Like, people spoke, they came and did their job, and they left and they went home to their families. Today, and you remember being like the person, like, feeling so lucky and blessed that you at least got to be in the room, even if you were at the very back, even if you were up in the nosebleeds, right? And every single time I'm at a conference, and not even at a conference, whenever I'm just somewhere, if people say, Donni, are you Donni? I instantly put myself back in a place of, I remember what that felt like. So I always give people the best of me.
Man, I told Reese today, I want to go outside and like I want to touch humans.
Well, I don't want to do that. I gotta be honest. I don't want to do that. Hey.
A little bit.
Pause.
No. But here's what I want to do. I'm seeing. I want to get back in the streets. Like, so I just want to take a camera and create some content where I can run up to random people and have these conversations, because I'm telling you, InvestFest inspired me to, we in the office, you in your, you're in your office and you're like, on our calls and we're coming up with strategy and stuff like that. And I want to get back in the streets and do some work, man. And I haven't been in that space for years.
Let's just go pull up in the van and go teach.
What's up?
Let's go pull up in the van and go teach.
I'm with it.
No, I'm serious.
I'm with it.
Today? Let's go. We have that time blocked out anyway. Where are we going to pull up?
Well, we need to work on that thing, though. This is what I was thinking. Atlantic Station, because there'd be people out there.
It'd be people out there.
Let's coach for tips.
If you're in Atlanta and y'all are on our lives right now, where can we pull up to coach? Where would you guys like to meet us today?
Yeah, today. Just be out in the streets.
At like 2:00.
Like, yo, are you an entrepreneur? So this is my I'll give it on. So this is my concept. So I got the little, what's it called? Not DJ,
the Osmo.
Yeah, the Pocket Osmo, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was gonna go up to people, and I'm just thinking like creative content, but go up to people and people that are maybe like working a job, or you can't tell, but they're just, like regular people. Maybe they're not super successful entrepreneurs, and ask them what their dream is, and ask them have they given up, and try to get them to admit that they've given up. Maybe like they're in their 40s, or like maybe they're 40 years old working at whatever store that is. Have you given up on that dream? And we can talk them back into like going hard. I want to get somebody to cry and say, yo, I have this, the motivation, inspiration I needed. But now let's go out into Atlantic Station, find out if someone's an entrepreneur.
There's a bunch of them over there.
Do you have an idea? I think we can help you. If we do help you, you give us a tip. If not,
have a nice day.
have a nice day.
Have a nice day. I love it. Let's go do it.
Get in them streets, man.
Let's get in those streets, belly to belly. We want to meet you in person. We do.
Go.
We're gonna be in Atlantic Station around the 2:00-ish hour.
I'll go 2:00. Okay.
2:00. Around 2:00.
Well, what time is our recording?
12:00.
12.
So by the time we're done with that, we can make it to Atlantic Station at 2.
May need something to. So let's do 3.
3? That's cool. Why? Because food.
I had to get something.
We can start with the waitress at Capitol Grill. We still got money left over.
$100 left. We still got another $100 left.
We got $100 left.
I know Reese is thinking like, yo, well, who's gonna record it?
Oh, dang.
I got the little Osmo joint. Here's the thing. Here's when I talk to Reese about like after hour stuff, I allow him to just volunteer. You know, because we might have some stuff to do after. So if not, we're just gonna go Osmo Pocket 3. But
I'll see if Deja wants to come out.
They should come out. Avion might too. And we're saying all this stuff just in case he's going to chime in. He'll be like, yo.
We're waiting for Reese to be like, that's a project that I'd love to be on.
100%.
Because we know it's going to hit. And
we'll go somewhere fancy to eat for lunch.
We'll take you to Capitol Grill.
Okay.
Okay, he's silent.
Didn't say anything yet.
Reese like, I don't want no parts of none of that.
We'll see how this works out. Yes, man. But I hope, and for some of you all, this is us hyping ourselves up to do something that isn't maybe as natural or as comfortable as, you know, what we've been doing. But for some of you all, you are in a financial situation where you don't even have the luxury to not be out in them streets talking to people. You can't rely on linking my. Here's the play. If you want to get more online sales, you need to be doing physical offline activity, record it, and put that on. You want people to see that you are working offline and bring that stuff online so that people can support, because they're like, yo, I would want to support, but you're not in my city. But now I want to support. Yeah. So y'all need to, we can actually sell some t-shirts. You want to sell t-shirts?
Let's sell some t-shirts. Evidence of consistency and passion.
Yes.
Will grow your business.
Yo, let's take some t-shirts.
Let's take some t-shirts.
And let's see if we still got it.
I feel like we'll be put out of Atlantic Station. They don't play that over there, but we can try.
Let's try it.
We can try.
Maybe
should we wear the t-shirt?
First. Let's tell us to stop first.
Should we wear the t-shirt? Because that's what we would have done back in the day.
I got it. Let's sell wristbands. Because it's small, easy. We'll figure it out.
We're going to sell something. We are going to, and we just want the evidence of sales. It's not about making the money. We just want to see if can we still sell?
Can we still sell?
Can we still sell belly to belly?
Yes.
Or do we have too many systems in place now that does all the work for us? Are we really bootstrap entrepreneurs? Can we really get dirty? Can we really get dirty?
Can we really get dirty?
I need to put my sneakers on because I'm ready to work.
Yeah.
I need to put sneakers on. I don't want any type of barrier. I don't want to say my shoes are too heavy or anything like that. I want to be comfortable and I want to sell. But I also got to get a little cuter.
Oh, for sure. Okay, because
I know what my sales proposition is.
All right. So, okay, even if we don't have a list. Okay, we couldn't sell a product. Here's our pitch. You ready? Let me know what you're thinking. We can tweak it. If you're an entrepreneur or you want to be an entrepreneur or you want to make more money in your business, I will give you a free coaching session right now. If it's value, the coaching session is $10. If you feel like this is really helping you, you give us the $10. If not,
it was free.
No harm, no foul.
I like
Let's see how much money we can make.
Can we make $100 today?
Can we make $100?
Can we make $100 today? Listen.
Let's go.
There was a time that if we could make $100 today, it was very situation changing.
What?
It was very relieving if at the end of the day, you made $100 from your own idea. That was proof of concept.
Come on.
So now we've just created a concept where we're going to go out and do these mini coaching sessions on the spot.
On the spot.
We're going to offer $10 coaching sessions for what, like 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
15-minute conversation until we're solving their problem. They either pay us $10 or it's free, and we're going to make $100. That's the goal today.
$100.
$100.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
I'm excited. All y'all, listen, if you're watching this, you are a vendor at InvestFest. You have inspired us. Y'all, listen, y'all think that when you see us, they tell us, yo, I love the podcast, and you're inspiring me and motivating me. But this is turned around where that hunger and that passion and come check me out, like all those pitches, people have an idea. Man, you've inspired us today to actually do something.
But you've reminded us that we're actually business builders.
Yeah.
Like this for me was a reminder, because we sit in these big cushy chairs on the podcast, and sometimes I think that people think the totality of what we do is sit down and talk. And there's so much more that goes behind that. David and I are actually, can we say it? Like, not what it is, but what it is?
We can say what it is.
David and I are about to drop a brand new podcast. We have started filming for a brand new podcast, and we're literally going through this, and this one's good. This is good. But what we're doing is we're going through the process of what it means to start from scratch all over again. This podcast will have its own home. This podcast will have its own platform. This podcast will be a subscription-based model. So we've got to build subscribers. We've got to build up viewership. We've got to build up downloads. We've got to build up all the things from scratch.
Dang.
We've done it with Social Proof. You've done it with the hot seat. I've done it with Full Transparency. And now we're going to do it with this podcast that we've started shooting for. And if I'm being fully transparent, we don't even have a name for it yet.
Not even. Oh, come on.
We don't even have a name for it yet. See, some of y'all haven't started selling because you don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
What's the result?
Come on.
What's the result? We understand the result. We understand the direction. We are excited about it. We've started filming, and we literally said, welcome to this podcast that we don't have a name for yet. Why would we film that? So you can see our humble beginnings.
This is the work.
It's not automatic.
This is the work.
It requires the work.
And the question is, can you do it again? Can you do it again?
Make another one.
Another one.
Make another one. Can you do it
And we've
again?
never even done it this way. So we'll give the strategy, right? So it's a very engaging conversation, engaging podcast. It's really spicy, really informational, and it's going to be funny and fun. But we've never started a concept that you immediately have to pay for, but we're going to be taking the clips from this show and putting it on social media with systems behind it, running ads to run it.
Yeah.
Now, we're telling y'all this now, which is kind of, because before this moment, first off, we've been talking about it for weeks.
We executed
we filmed
immediately.
The first one. Yeah, we did, but we didn't really put a lot of attention on it. But the fact that we're talking about it now,
we got to do it. We have to do it. Like, we've been loosely doing it in our free time. I think it's fair to say that we've been loosely doing it in our free time, but I am proud of us, though, because we have I have a list of so many ideas that we've discussed over the years, really, really good ideas that if we don't execute them at some point in time, we need to sell the ideas. Like, we need to set it up and sell a business in a box or something like that. But I'm proud because even though we were operating in our free time, the truth of the matter is we created the idea and started working on it in the middle of so many other things going on that we've done a good job. And now we've got another guest coming in today. We're going to shoot an episode for it, and we're going to meet and talk about setting up the logistics for this. But that's not the only thing that we're working on. That's not the only thing that we're working on, y'all. You will see David and Donni everywhere. You will see. And what ends up happening is if we put it out on the podcast live like this, then we kind of have to do it. Otherwise, we just look like coaches and we don't look like business builders.
100%.
So we're about to start shooting our content mini movie style.
Yeah. That group chat with me. Did Ryan commit, though?
He said he was with it.
Did he?
He said he was with it. He said he's excited, he's with it, and he's gonna do it. Like, we just got to get Ryan. Should we talk about our Friday nights though? Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's building off of the thing that we just told y'all about.
Yeah.
So, and this is another thing. So we are this is like a next step. Years ago, we would go out and we would just run and we just build stuff, right? This time around, you'll hear us say that we're gonna go out. We just come up with this idea. We're gonna go out. We're gonna have these conversations. But without even talking to Donni about it, I understand that she's already thinking 5 steps ahead. There's a reason why we're doing this, even though we came up with the idea, because it's wrapped into our strategy anyway. So whatever we do, even today, there's a purpose behind it, not just going out just because we want to.
Yeah.
Right. There's a few steps ahead.
Yeah.
And me and Donni don't have to discuss the steps ahead.
We know it's going somewhere.
We know where we're going.
Yeah.
Right. So this is exciting, man. Kay, we out in the streets. You trying to come?
We in the streets.
3:00.
I want to go buy. Where did you get did you order the Osmo?
Yeah, I got it.
On Amazon?
Yeah.
No, we need 2.
We do need 2.
So I wonder if Best Buy has some in stock. I keep going and they're always
Best Buy
sold
be
out.
having them, right? Well, if Best Buy doesn't have it, then
Apple?
the store in Lenox, the what's the name?
Yeah, I want to go grab one today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's grab one because we need 2.
Broadcast Hub. They got
Okay,
one.
we need 2. I got the one right before that, the big one, but I like that little one.
That joint's nice.
Because you don't need to, you can still use your phone.
All the way up.
That's what I love about it.
So do we hold it and do we hold it and say, hey, what's up? My name is David.
I'm Donni.
I'm a business coach. Are we going to do it the same people at the same time?
I feel like we can do a couple at the same time, but we can also kind of split up.
Okay.
It depends. We can do both.
Cool. Yeah, we can do both. So let's just say that we'd have somebody will come out and they'll hold it for both of us if we like jump somebody.
Yeah.
If it's individually, how are you going to do it? Just say, yo, what's up? My name is Donni. I'm a business coach. And maybe we don't even charge the number. We say, hey, I am coaching strictly off tips. So if you feel like this 10 minutes together is valuable, then you give whatever you think. Because some people are going to be like, yo, that was worth $100.
For sure. So we're coaching for tips starting at $10.
Nah, just let them choose.
Well, because we have a goal. We got to make $100.
Here's the thing. If it's really, really good, someone will come off of 20.
Someone might.
If we say it's starting at 10, most people are going to give us 10. There's somebody's going to give us $100 and say, this changed the game for me.
I like it. Same concept as if y'all didn't take the tip automatically, I would have given you more.
No pressure.
No pressure. I'm excited. Just do a 5-minute rundown for me on how to use the that version. I don't know how to use that.
So you
one.
just hold it, hit the record button, and so okay.
Do I
so
need an SD card?
Yeah, we'll get all that stuff. But hey, my name is Donni. I'm a coach, and you'll hold there's a mic here, and maybe you'll hold the other mic.
Do I need my mic?
Mics, right?
I got mics at home.
Comes with one. One's on the camera, and one's on you.
Oh, perfect.
What are we gonna do with the other? Getting the audio from the other person? Will they just hear us?
So do we have a kit with the DJI mics?
Kit, but we probably need another mic for them, like to hold.
I have my mics at home, the little.
Hey, real quick, if anybody's in Morning Meetup or anybody's at an Actionable CEO or on social media, if somebody wants to come with us because Reese is not volunteering.
We need 2 volunteers. Can we get 2 volunteers to meet us in Atlantic Station at 3 p.m.?
Yeah, we want to figure out this workflow. This is so strong. I like this.
Just DM us. If you're on the apps, just DM us, DM me or David on Instagram. We need 2 volunteers.
Yes. So they can hold the camera and we essentially need 3 mics in that situation, one on you, one on me, and we can hold the mic to the other person.
We can clip it.
Or we can mic them up, I guess.
Yeah, we could clip
We'll figure out.
But if they're coming out of LA Fitness and they're sweaty and disgusting, I'm good. Let's just
handheld. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That works.
I'm always thinking. I'm always 3 steps ahead, right?
You're always thinking germs.
Always thinking, for sure. Edge Clean Decor. Will you send me a DM? Thank you. He said he'll help, or she said she'll help.
Let's do it. Super excited. Moral of the story, y'all.
Joe So Blessed, thank you so much. Sigma Van Man. Hey, look, all y'all come out, but we need 2, and we'll find a way to use everybody.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Look, you might get the session.
You might get the session. You might be the one that gets the coaching. We appreciate that.
And where can we go to where it's not dangerous to do that?
We can go to Buckhead Shops. We can go to the AU Center, like for some aspiring young entrepreneurs there.
True.
We can go to Atlantic Station. We can go to Avalon.
Atlantic Station, you said they'll kick us out, though, no?
Well, selling T-shirts. If we're walking around selling
content.
Yeah, for sure. So we can.
Especially if it's not a camera and it's just the handheld.
It's just the handheld. Yeah, they don't do fancy equipment, but we can figure it out. Yeah. So I think that's really dope. We can go. Yeah, we can do that. I love it. We can go to all those different places. We can, anywhere, honestly, on this day of the week, at that time of day, it's probably a business owner or someone who has a lot of flexibility, maybe working from home, that probably wants to be a business owner. So we can go to gyms. We can go to the loft.
Yeah. I want to talk to the person that's cleaning up at Atlantic Station, the janitor.
Let's talk to them. I want to go and talk to the waitress.
Let's go.
Yeah. I want to talk to everybody. Who needs an opportunity today? Who's thinking of an opportunity and you just need that one piece to just get clear? Listen, y'all, my coaching services start at about $32,000, right? I'm going out in these streets right now for $10.
For tips.
And I'm excited about it.
Excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We've been in the office too long, Donni.
Yeah, we've been in the office. We've been in the cushy chairs behind the computer screen for far too long.
Absolutely. And
let's get in these streets.
You all are listening to this as inspiration of an idea of how you can do something creative, you can do something clever that actually feels unique. Yo, shouts out to George. So George, Highlight Films. Highlight Films. So he came out to Invest Fest as a photographer and he was taking pictures. However, he brought his friend and they were selling his book. They sold 63 $25 books.
Wow. Going
up to people, telling them the story about the book, and they made a sale.
Wow.
So let's look at this real quick. Let's just math this out real quick. $25 times 63 books, he sold out. He made $1,500 because he had some intention. And I told him he should be pissed because he sold out at 63, which means he was only thinking he could sell 63. If he would have brought 100, he'd have probably sold 100.
It wasn't enough for y'all in there with rolling suitcases.
Come on.
Look, because Donni back in the day, I had a rolling suitcase or the really big rolling briefcase with my books in it. My books went everywhere. Maybe I wasn't a vendor, but I had a rolling bookcase with whatever I needed to sell. And it was likely, if it was a briefcase, it was my books. If it was a suitcase, it was T-shirts and books. Why aren't y'all walking around with your stuff on you? I don't care. What are they going to do? Tell you no? Okay, then take it back to the car.
Bruh, this is why even, let's say making $25 an hour at a job, it's super comfortable, but I'll just never do that because I know I can have a $25 product and I can sell more than one an hour at Atlantic Station.
For sure.
I know it. I know I can walk around with something, have a conversation because I'm not afraid of a no. I'm not afraid of people. I know what I have is amazing. And here's what's cool. Even if the thing that you have isn't amazing, if you ask enough people, somebody's going to buy that joint.
Yeah.
In an hour, let's just say somebody makes $50 an hour. If you had an hour to sell your product, service, something amazing, how many could you sell in an hour? Let's just say every 6 minutes, we talk to one person, that's 10 people. Out of those 10 people, 2 people buy your $25 hat. That's $50 an hour. Minus expenses, you're still at like $40 an hour. And if you ever need to go make some money on a specific day, you got something coming up, you are developing a skill set that most people do not possess.
Yeah.
The skill set is, I'm going to get my butt out the bed, out the house, and I'm going to be uncomfortable. Somebody said that the heaviest weight in the gym is the front door.
The The heaviest weight in the gym is the front door.
It's so hard to go to the front door and walk in that joint. Like, and I can attest to that. To go into it's not the gym that's hard.
That's strong.
It's actually going to the gym, opening it.
It's the exercise of opening that door and going inside.
That's the heaviest weight.
Yes.
But once you get past that one. Okay. We got a few minutes for our 12 o'clock guests. Let's strategize this thing.
Okay.
Let's let them go and strategize whatever they going to do today to go get the bag, build their brand.
Wait, before we go, I have a funny story.
Talk to me. I got one too.
I was reminded of
Hold
this.
on real quick. You know how you like to end stuff. Do you want me to tell mine first?
Tell your story.
No, go ahead. You can tell your.
No, I would like for you to tell your story.
Okay.
Okay, because
It's
mine's
not really
probably
a story.
better.
It's not really a story. But I had the fight of my life on Sunday. And I'm looking at the schedule and the time that I'm supposed to speak. And I see that I'm on the same time as Steve Harvey. So there's a room. Let me tell you, here's the fight. So it's 50 Cent and Earn Your Leisure. The host of the event and the headliner.
For sure. Everybody's in there.
Everyone's in there.
Everybody.
I'm talking about the vendor marketplace emptied out. And they're there. And my session is on the second stage in another room right after 50 Cent. And after 50 Cent is Steve Harvey and Stephen A. Smith. And not only is that a tough decision to make, right? I'm watching because in the room that I'm in, I can see backstage and I can see the main room. So I was actually watching 50 Cent from the other room. So after 50 and EYL ends, the next person you see is Steve Harvey. And in my mind, I'm like, who the heck is about to get up out of the energy is already there.
The energy's there.
I'm already fighting with Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Who is gonna make
Exit.
a conscious decision to get up out of their seat and walk out on Steve Harvey? But about how many people, Reese, you think we had? How many you think? Right, that was full. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know if it was this number, but I'm gonna say it was 1,500 in there.
That's outstanding.
But I had to get clever. I saw it earlier, so I made a video telling people that they've got a decision to make. Me or Steve Harvey, who's like way more successful than me and way more entertaining. But some people came to see me. So this was the fight of my life. Last year, we had another fight.
Yes.
With Jeezy. Let me just be clear. Earn Your Leisure, I am not ungrateful, so thank you. But I think now we have a theme. This is what I want you to do every year. Pair me with somebody that's a celebrity, because now it's a game. I want to see if I can pull some people from celebrities. Yeah, so I was nervous.
But you did your thing.
Yeah, I did my thing. But I was at least hoping that there's going to be a host between 50 and them, and they're going to announce, all right, y'all got 5 minutes. In this room we have, in that room we
there
have.
was no transition.
It was transition.
Steve is next. In fact, Steve just walked out. He just walked out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And if I'm being honest, I would have wanted to see Steve too. But it worked out. So
it worked out.
I'm happy about that, man. I'm happy about that. So just know, EYL, I'm gonna make a joke about it every year. Put me up when y'all get Jay-Z next year. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that fight. Let's go. What you think? Would you come see me if it was Jay-Z and me and
I will pull you up on the stream.
You wouldn't come see my room?
I'd come for a quick glance. And then I'm going back.
Okay, hold on.
Come on.
Were you there? You saw 50 Cent, right?
Yeah. And then I left.
Oh, you left after 50?
I had somewhere to be. I was there,
so
yeah. Oh, I absolutely would have been in your room. So what ended up happening was we were there for the very first part of Steve because he just walked out so quickly, and we were on the front row. So then I couldn't just You know what I mean? I got stuck. I'm like, oh, okay.
How long was you there?
5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 minutes. One of the people that I was with lost a valuable ring. So we left to go out to immediately try to find that ring. She had gone to the bathroom. We didn't find the ring. And then after that, kind of energy was blown and we left. And we went to dinner immediately after that. Okay, so my story. I ran into an entrepreneur in the vendor booth who was walking around. They weren't a vendor, but they were telling me about all of these business ideas. Well, they were telling me that they had this really outstanding business idea. And Donni, I follow you so much. I know you're an outstanding coach. I know you're the one that could really take this business to the next level, but you know, I just don't know what it is, but I can't share my idea with anybody. And I said, well, what do you mean? And they're saying, like, you know, I know that you're an outstanding coach, but I wouldn't want to give you my idea and you take it.
Okay.
Okay. Right? Like, what do you want me to do with this information? However, it brought me to, and I have the video on my phone, I'll show you later. It brought me to a conversation that I was having with one of my favorite, I live in the city, so there's always homeless people nearby, right? And I have a favorite homeless person that I'm friends with, and he knows my name, I know his name, I walk a lot of places, so he's always seeing me. And so one day, he can tell that I'm pretty successful, and one day he says, well, what do you do? And I said, he has an iPhone. And I said, I have a podcast. And he says, oh, I'll check it out, right?
Go ahead.
I said, I have a podcast. And he says, oh, I'll check it out. So I give him the podcast information for full transparency and for social proof. And so I'm walking to the nail salon one day, and he says, Donni, his name is Danny. And hey, Danny, if you're watching this, he says, Donni, I watched several episodes of your podcast. And I said, oh, wow. He's like, I didn't know that you help entrepreneurs start businesses. I want to start a business. And I said, Danny, I'd love to help you start a business. And he said, well, how do I know I can trust you with my idea? How do I know I can trust you with my idea? And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, and keep in mind, Danny sleeps outside every day on a bench. And he says, how do I know that if I tell you about my idea, you're not just going to take it? And my response was, well, Danny, what are your options here? Like, what are your options here? And in that moment, I was so kind of blown away that someone who had access to help and really needs the help would rather sit and suffer in silence than cash in on the help that someone is offering them, right? Because we've built this relationship over the last year. Every time I'm walking, I'm talking about every day I'm going to see Danny. And there's this entrepreneur who was in the vendor hall talking to me about how they spent their last dollar to be there because they wanted inspiration and motivation for this idea that they couldn't figure out, but they're not doing well in life.
He doesn't want you to steal his idea, Donni.
He doesn't want me to steal his idea, but also he's not executing it either.
Yeah.
Is interesting to me. Like at some point, and there's probably so many entrepreneurs who are like, I have an idea, but I'm scared to share it with somebody. But also you're suffering in silence. You're not making the money that you want to make at work. You are not making it anywhere, leveraging your own ideas and your own skill set and abilities. At what point, or at some point, you have to say, I got to trust somebody.
Got to trust somebody. Yeah, I think people, I mean, your ideas are super valuable, y'all, but ain't nobody about to steal your idea. And what's crazy is, even after you get your idea protected or whatever, somebody gonna steal it. There's so many Gucci, Louis knockoffs.
Yo,
What are you expecting?
Shein is suing Temu,
Temu.
Temu, TEMU, They're in the middle of a lawsuit right now alleging for copyright infringement, alleging that Temu stole Shein's ideas, which directly impacted their ability to make money. And I said, Shein, the audacity of you
To sue somebody for stealing ideas.
To sue somebody for stealing ideas? Are you kidding me right now? Huh? You don't like how that feels, do you? I thought, like, wow, this is flat out blasphemy. Yeah. The audacity of you. There's no new idea under the sun. I don't believe too many people come up with these new ideas. One could even say, Elon has come up with these new ideas. And I think of Elon as a person who is bringing to life what the Jetsons talked about in their imagination. Mm-hmm. Like the idea was had and he's the person who's bringing it to life. Chances are somebody else has that idea too. But you can stay holding on to that idea all you want, and if you continue to live that way, either you're going to execute the idea and it does well, or you're going to execute the idea and it doesn't do well, or you're going to be so paralyzed by fear of sharing this idea with somebody that you are going to die with it. Those are the only three options.
100%.
Only three options.
And he's standing in front of someone who can really help them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you got to take these opportunities, y'all.
Yep. Got to take the opportunities. Y'all, we're excited. We want to know, are you excited? Like, there are so many of you who went to Invest Fest. Did you walk in and walk out with the spirit of excitement? You're ready to go. You're ready to take that idea to the next level. You're ready to start the idea. You're ready to do something big in a big, like you're ready to show up. Yeah. Are you ready to show up? If you're ready to show up for your business, drop I'm ready to show up or I'm showing up in the comments wherever you are watching this. And then if you are a person and you're like, I wasn't at Invest Fest. I missed it. I didn't come to Podcast Summit. I don't get into these rooms, but I feel your excitement and I'm going to borrow some of that energy from you and Dave. And from that, you're going to show up too. Just drop it in the chat. Like, I'm about to show up. I'm showing up. I'm showing up and I'm showing up in a big way. Like, y'all, it's time out. What's the song? Playtime over. This is big league. Big league. This is big league energy. Yeah. Big league energy. And with that said, come and find us in Atlanta, Atlantic Station today. Obviously, if you're watching live. I was going to say, podcast. Obviously, if you're watching live right now. For those of you who are not in our communities, you missed out, but that's the benefit of being in our community. They get to see this live right now. What a segue. Mm-hmm. They get to see this live right now. They get to, if they want to, come out to meet us today where we are in Atlantic Station at 3 p.m. because they took advantage and they're doing it big. They're a part of the morning meetup, a meeting place for entrepreneurs to meet every single day at 8 a.m. for mentorship, coaching, connectivity with David Shands, or they're a part of Actionable CEO, a mentorship community for entrepreneurs looking for personal, professional, and financial development. Either way, they're in the know. They're behind the scenes, and they're going to get to come out with us today. You need to be there. themorningmeetup.com, themorningmeetup.com, and actionableceo.com.
Come on, join the community.
Join and stop missing out.
Facts. We love y'all. Peace.
Bye.
You just watched this whole episode. If you like this episode, watch this one right here. Click right here. You're going to like this one if you like the one you just watched. Check it out.